Hey there, it's Kathy Alessandra, your Yes I Can coach, and it is 11:59. So I am just going to hang tight here for a second as we get up to 12 noon and just give everybody a chance to join us here. Yes, I'm in a different location today. I actually have been leading here. I should do this. I should go this way. I've been leading a mastermind this morning with one of my business colleagues, and we didn't quite finish in time for me to be able to run home and get to my desk. But isn't that the greatness of StreamYard and things like it, right? So we are here of day 5 for the Great Mind Reset, and super excited that you have joined me for this week. It is inspiring to listen to many of you, to get the emails I've gotten from you guys and some of the personal chats that you've sent me, and just to see what you've gotten out of this and where you've gone and how you're feeling and, resetting your mindset. This morning this mastermind that I was leading with my business colleague and friend, BB Goldstein, we were talking a little bit about that and just regrets and what we were going to, what people need to do or how we want to live our lives differently. And again, a lot of that starts with mindset. It's really, I said at one point, it's kind of what I said to you and shared with you guys yesterday, this idea that if you think you can, or you think you can't, you're right. And so when you're looking at resetting your mindset here and finishing up these 5 days, what is it that's your greatest takeaway? What is it that you're willing to change? What is it that you need to do differently in running your life, in running your business, in making connections in relationship? So again, what is it, when you look at that, what is it going to be and how are you going to do that? And that's where the shift can happen. That's where the transformation can happen. That's where the change is going to happen for you. So I just want to encourage you, looking back on a recap of this week, we started off by dreaming big, right? And looking at that big picture and what do we really want our life to look like when you're looking a year out, 3 years out, 5 years out, 10 years out, right? What do you want to be looking at so that there are no woulda, coulda, shouldas at the end of your life and that you're really able to fully embody and embrace who it is and what you want out of life? We looked at fears and obstacles and the toxicity in our lives with the things that are going on, social media or emails or relationships. We talked about clutter, right? And what clutter is there in our lives that is holding us back. Physical clutter, like, in our homes, but also mental clutter that's keeping us stuck. We talked yesterday about just about this whole idea of restlessness. And what is that restlessness saying to you? Where are you being called within that restlessness to make a change, right? Is there a greater purpose? Do you have a greater passion? Is there a burning desire or a yearning within you to do something different? And you're saying no, or you're holding back, or you're staying away, or you're not fully stepping into it. And how that, looking at that and seeing what that restlessness is can make a huge impact in what it is you do to decide to change or to shift in your life or your business or any of the other areas. As I've said, Yes I Can living is encompassing everything. It's health, wealth, life, love, and business. And it's all done with a spiritual perspective too, right? So that faith in a higher power. So how does that work for you when you're looking at all areas of your life, the whole woman, because you are a whole woman. We're not just our business. We're not just a mother. We're not just a girlfriend or whatever, right? We are the whole woman. We have to look at all those pieces. So today what I want to do is bring it all home, bring it all together with a plan and how you create a plan of action. And I did send you an email, and I'm actually going to pull that up here on my screen as well so I can see it while I'm talking you through it and walking you through. Before I start to do that, I just want to touch on a couple of questions. I made an offer yesterday for my 6-month Yes to Success program, and I had a couple of people ask me a couple questions about it via email and stuff. So I just wanted to clarify a couple of things. So we're going to actually meet in person if you're here. If not, we can meet in Zoom, but we will meet in person over a meal. We're going to spend 3 hours together, really taking a deep dive into all areas of your life, really looking at that yes wheel, the homework that I gave you that day. Where are you feeling fulfillment? Where are you feeling a challenge? Where are you feeling unfulfilled, right? We're going to look at that and how that, actually coordinates with your business as well, right? So that you can really have that yes, I can life in all areas. We're then going to start meeting. We're going to meet 2 times a month. 2 times a month, every other week for an hour, where we're going to be working through all those things that we've discussed. We're going to be talking about them. We're going to be working through them. I'm going to give you resources and tools. I can connect you with people that you may not know that can help you get to where you need to be, and help work through some of that stuckness that we can feel, right? Because sometimes we need somebody to give us that nudge, that tough love, with a soft heart. Right? I'm going to push you a little bit because you're wanting success, you're wanting results, and sometimes we need to have a little bit of that push. We are also going to have, at the 3-month mark, we'll get together again in person to go over where things are. Do we need to make any shifts and changes? Is there something else that's come up? Did something not work and you're looking to make a change, right? Because we're always tweaking, we're always changing. We always have to, kind of be moving on the go, right? It may just be the slightest little shift, but I want to be able to support you in that. It's also going to include attendance at one of my 2-day retreats. And as I mentioned, I've got 2 of them. I have one that's in Los Angeles, September 8th and 9th, and one that is in Austin, Texas, and that's November 4th and 5th. Now, here's the question you guys had. It includes your accommodation. It includes all your food. What it doesn't include is your airfare, your travel to get there, depending upon where you're coming from. And it includes all the retreat material. So I would love to have you part of that. I sent an email. If you register by next week, it's $400 a month for the next 6 months. After that, it goes up to $500 a month for the next 6 months. So again, whatever you want here. So we're going to go into now this, the actual plan. And how you can use the lifestyle blueprint and planner that I sent to you, and how you can actually put it into use so that you can create a plan on your own. This isn't all about working with me. I'm giving you the tools to be able to do this yourself. I've given you the tools to be able to do this yourself. It's if you need some help is when I'm here, right? This isn't about not giving you the things you need and you've got to work with me. I've given you what you need. It's, do you have the, following through with it? So if you have it pulled up or you've printed it out or whatever you've done, I just want to, just touch on a few of these things. The first step was the life wheel, which I've already sent to you. So I'm hoping that you've already done that. I would love to get some feedback from you on how that worked, what you saw were, some of the places that you maybe need to make a shift or a change, or some place that maybe you thought was all good, but when you really started to look at it, one of the things on the wheel is fun. And I'm always surprised at sometimes the numbers that show up there, right? Are you having fun in your life? If you've got a big old fat goose egg in that fun category, right? We need to figure out some ways that can really fill you up. And there can be, all kinds of things, doing a hobby or whatever. So anyway, okay, so that's the step 1, which you've already done. Step 2 is the yes values exercise. And I had actually included that when I had sent the yes wheel. But it's important to understand what your values are. And this values exercise is a little different than some of the other values exercises you may have seen with other places. So I basically have given you a list of all kinds of words. And the idea is to go through this and just circle what speaks to you, right? Just put a circle around that. And then the second phase is where you kind of group those words together, because sometimes when you look at those words, there's a lot of words that are very similar, right? Then you take it down one step further and pick one word from each of those categories. Right? For me, it ends up being 5, doesn't have to be for you. But, my values, my core values are faith, family, freedom, and making a difference. And, and I actually put that in a sentence, in an action sentence in the bottom on the form here. So you can even take a look. I act in faith. I'm present with my family. I believe in freedom. I seek to make a difference, and I strive to live in joy daily. So for you, what is that? So knowing what they are, right? So that you can list them up, because then all your decisions can be made based on your values, right? You live your life in alignment with what your values are. Okay, step 3 is the vision. And that's where we're going to kind of start here today. It's looking at this, when you have that, well, I'm sorry, this isn't where we're starting. You've already done this too. Step 3 is dreaming big. And if you need to go back after you've done all this work with us this week and go back and redream, be my guest. You've got all kinds of lines here, because I really want you to get in a quiet place, do the hot penning, and really look and see, feel into what is that big vision for you? What do you want from your life? Who do you want to serve? What do you want? What passion do you want to be pursuing? What do you want to be doing in your spare time? Who do you want to be hanging out with, right? It's all those things. So it's just figuring out what that is for you and making sure that you know what those things are, because that's what's going to take you to step 4. So step 4 here, if you scroll down a few pages past the journaling lines, you come to the yes vision. All right. So what you're going to do here is, now that you've done a brain dump of all the things that you're wanting to dream about, the things that you're wanting to do, I've taken and given you boxes for figuring out for the next 12 months what it is that you want to do. It's called the yes vision. I don't have page numbers on this, and actually it's page 14. But so there's a box for career and business. There's a box for physical health and well-being. There's a box for significant other, a box for finances, physical environment, community, family and friends, personal growth, spirituality, bucket list and life goals, and fun. So what is it for you? What do you want to do in those areas? And I want you to, come up with at least one thing in each of those areas. And for the ones where maybe you had a low score on that yes wheel, maybe come up with 2 or 3 things that you can be doing in those areas over the next 12 months to make a difference in your life, to make an impact, right? In personal growth and the, some of these other things, it may be, having a daily ritual and routine of starting in meditation or going to the gym or taking a walk or doing yoga or whatever it is to you, right? To remember to get focused and centered, right? That self-care, sacred space and support. How are you going to fill that in there? So the idea here is, with the vision, is really to come up with at least one thing in each one of these categories that you want to be striving to work towards. Now, I know it may seem overwhelming. The idea here is not to be going after everything all at once, right? But the idea here is that we are working on some multiple things, right? Because if I am wanting to get healthier, and I'm eating healthier and I'm moving more, right? So that's my physical health and my well-being. And that's going to help with my personal growth. And what I want to go do is for fun, right? It's all going to play together. So I really want you to do a little bit of a dump here and put on, at least one thing, what it is that you're wanting to do to help grow that. Okay. And then we take it down to the top areas of focus, and what those 5 areas, what the, really bringing it down here. And what I'd like to suggest is that you look at this over the next 90 days. So if that other one is for 12 months, let's break it down into 90 days, the next quarter, really, because we're about to start January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September. We're about to start Q3. Hello. Can you even begin to believe that? So what are the areas that you want to focus in on this quarter? And the way to really determine that is, again, along with your priorities and your goals and your ideas, that form that you just had, right? Taking some of those things and putting that on there, the top 5 areas that you want to work on. And then what's the most important, and what is most important in those areas and why? And here's a question that I ask all my clients. How will you know when you've been successful with that? If it's a health goal, is it losing weight or is it running that marathon? If it's a business goal, is it bringing on more clients or is it launching that new program? If it's a significant other relationship, is it finding that relationship or is it getting closer, right? And going on a trip together or whatever, right? It's figuring out what and why those things are and being committed to them. Are you committed to your goals? Do you really want to reach them? It's focusing that mindset when you know where you want to be at the end, when you know what those goals and dreams are for you, particularly the dreams, right? Because it's dreams and goals and tasks. We got to start with the dreams. We got to start with the big dreams, lady. And then we go down to the goals, right? We've got the big dreams. What are the goals that we need to reach to get there? Oh, but I've got goals. I need to have tasks. I need to have daily, weekly, monthly tasks to get to those goals to reach that dream. Does that make sense? So I'm kind of building this backwards, right? We started with the big dream and your big vision, and then we're going down into what the goals are for 12 months, really breaking it down here into the goals for the next 90 days. And then what are the tasks that you need to be doing on a daily basis so that when you get up, you know exactly what that is, right? So there's no question in your mind. You're not focused all over the place. You're singularly focused on moving forward in whatever it is that you're wanting to accomplish that day or that hour or that quarter, okay? If you go down a little further, you will see there is a form here. It's on page 18. So the yes goals, if you're looking at the year, so as I said, we're looking at the big vision, right? The big vision, the big dreams. Then we go into the goals for those dreams, and then we go into the daily tasks. So I've sort of broken that down for a year here. So you've got a form on page 18 where in the middle is your yes goals. Those are the big dreams, right? What are the big things that you're wanting to do? And then Q1, 2, 3, and 4, we need to break it out into the goals that you're doing for those quarters to be able to reach that big dream, right? And then if you go down to the next page, it's going to actually take you into the monthly yes tasks, right? So if your goal is to, well, for example, I'm launching an events that'll be taking place this fall, right? So if I want to fill those events by the fall time, I need to launch them by Q3, right? So it's working backwards. It's working backwards. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So it gives you pages for each quarter, right? So there's the monthly Q1, Q2, Q3, and Q4. And then the final pages in here, 25 and 26, 25 and 26 are, if you're not using a calendar, I live and die by my calendar, right? I block things out. I block my time with clients. I block my time when I'm going to go to the gym. I block my time when I'm having lunch or dinner or seeing somebody, whatever it is, right? Blocking it out so that you've actually got time to work on your business, not in it, right? I'm a coach. I'm on calls with people. That's working in my business. That's not working on it. When I'm in a mastermind, I'm leading this mastermind, so I'm working in my business because I'm the leader. But when I attend a mastermind of somebody else's and I'm the participant, I'm working on my business, right? That gets mapped out on my calendar. So again, it's kind of looking at that, building the plane while you fly, looking at it backwards, right? So again, you've got the big dreams that are for a year or 3 years or 5 years, right? We're going to take that down into the goals. And for what I'm asking you to do right now, so you don't get overwhelmed, I'm looking at this next quarter, Q3's goals. That's 3 months worth of 90 days. What is the goal? When you get to the end of that 90 days, when you get to October 1st, what is it you want to look back on in the last 3 months that you have accomplished, right? And then we're going to break that down into the month. Well, if that's what I want to accomplish, then what things do I need to do each and every month? And then down to each and every day, right? It could be making a social media post every day about something that you're doing. So that at the end of the month, you've built up your client list or your email list, your opt-in list, so that you can launch your new product, right? It's just looking at those big dreams, looking at where you want to go, and then how are you going to get there? And I'm telling you, when you build it this way, so that you know what you're doing when you wake up in the morning, so that you can be singularly focused when you sit down to work on a project and get your social media scheduled out, or when you get time away and you want to just spend time with a friend and put your phone aside and not even look at it, right? Because you have planned out your days. You have scheduled out your days. You have planned out your months. You know what you want to be doing. Then you can be on top of it in a more focused way, in a less frenetic way, in a less crazy, overwhelmed way, right? Does that make sense? I hope it does. I hope it does. So that's kind of an overview of all this. If that is confusing to you, if you're just not sure exactly how to do it or how to use it, or you're like, Kathy, I've got so many things, I don't even know where to start, send me an email. Reply to one of the emails that I've sent you, or, send me the email at Kathy@KathyAlessandra.com and let me know where you're stuck. Don't let your excuses get in the way. Don't let your stuckness get in the way. Don't let your overwhelm or the fear or whatever get in the way this time. I don't know you personally, potentially. I don't know exactly what you're facing right this moment. I don't know where that stuckness is unless you reach out to me. Give me a call, send me a text, send me an email, chat me on social media. Let's get to the bottom of it so that you can get to the top of the goals and dreams that you have and find that success that you want. Again, it all starts with mindset. And that's exactly why this 5-day masterclass was called The Great Mind Reset. Because we've been through such a time where everybody is in so much chaos. There's so much anxiety and fear. And when you look out to the future, it's hard to see what all is ahead of us, right? It's still a scary place. COVID may have died down a bit, but it's still a scary place with everything that's going on. Only you have the ability inside, in your heart, in your mind, to make some changes. It's your choice to make a change so that you can see and move forward in the life that you so desperately want to live, that you deserve to live, that is meant for you to live in your passion and your purpose. But it starts with you. It starts with you, girl. It starts with you and where your mindset is. And I'm here to help in any way that I can so that you can have more success in your business and in your life and in your faith and in your finances and all the other areas that we struggle with. Okay. So I have thoroughly enjoyed spending my time with you over these last 5 days. Please reach out to me. Let me know if there's any questions I can answer. Again, I'm happy to walk you through this planner. If you need some additional help, don't let anything else get you stuck in your way so that you're not moving forward. I want to hear from you. What goals have you set? What tasks do you have in place? If you find yourself stuck, reach out. Let me know what's going on. If you want to continue to get some inspiring, well, you're actually on my email list, so you'll continue to get some inspiring emails and some messages and that kind of thing. But again, it starts with you, and only you can make the decision to make the change and shift that mindset and get the support wherever that is, with whomever that is, so that you can really live your best life, your best yes, I can life. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you have a fabulous Friday. I look forward to connecting with you again in the future, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye, everybody.